Just one night, all we got. Just one night, all we got. Just one night, all we got. A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we got. I list trips around the world. Don't mean a thing if I ain't your girl.
Today in America, the drinking age is a huge controversy in which many people have differing opinions. Currently, the drinking age stands at 21 for purchasing alcoholic beverages, but it has not always been this way. This controversy really started taking light during the Prohibition era. Prohibition was the first major milestone in the drinking controversy in America. This period of time, lasting from 1920 until 1933, was when the consumption of alcohol was illegal for people of all ages in America. This law proved ineffective because more Americans consumed bootlegged alcohol and crime rates increased as the black market for alcohol flourished. Then, in 1934, the drinking age for all alcoholic beverages was established at 21 years of age. In 1974, the drinking age of beer was lowered from 21 to 18. Consumers were still required to purchase wine and liquor at the age of 21 during this period. Then, in 1983, the age of buying beer was changed to 19 years of age. Later, the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 punished any state that allowed people below the age of 21 to purchase or possess alcohol by reducing their annual federal highway funding by 10%. In 1987, the age to buy beer was once again restored to 21, and since then, many states have shown interest in lowering their drinking ages. Specifically, in 2008, 7 states wanted to lower their drinking age, but these states faced losing 10% of their funding for transportation if they chose to do so. As you can see, the drinking age has always been debated in America's history, which is why it has changed so many times over the years. Here are some opinions on the drinking age.
Do you support keeping the drinking age at 21, lowering it, or removing it completely?
Keeping it at 21. I believe that there are various reasons, particularly most compelling in my mind is the physical nature of the way people's brains develop over their young life.
From the public health perspective, because I'm a public health professional, I would support keeping it as is. I don't believe that this policy was done arbitrarily.
I think that the drinking age should be lowered. I mean, you look at a lot of European countries, Ireland, Germany, and France come to mind of 18 and 16. And I think that in a lot of situations, a lower drinking age can help with binge drinking, with responsibility, if you can start drinking earlier with your parents. I don't think you should remove it at all. It's too far, but I think a lower drinking age would be better.
3 major areas of focus have played major roles in swaying people's opinions about the current drinking age. These are drinking and driving, the effects of alcohol on brain development, and the prevalence of binge drinking in America.
One of the things that affect drunk driving is access to alcohol, and the more accessible you make it, so not only does increasing the hours of sales of alcohol, increasing the number of outlets where alcohol can be sold, but also adding a greater number of the population to legally drinking where they don't have to be much more careful, much more cautious. I think if we lowered the age, we would definitely see our drunk driving rates increase.
As statistics show, nearly 1/3 of all drunk driving deaths happen to people ages of 16 to 20. Not only does drinking affect the driver who has been drinking, but it puts others on the road at risk. This has been a main driving force for maintaining the drinking age at 21 in America. The development of the brain has also been a major concern associated with drinking alcohol at an early age and heavy drinking in general. As seen in the picture shown, a heavy drinker's brain shows a significantly lower amount of brain activity than the brain of a non-heavy drinker. Here's the point of view on the effects of alcohol on brain development from a public health specialist.
Research is that alcohol use in an earlier age, in adolescence, affects the part of the brain that is important for learning and memory, and that's the hippocampus. And one study found that in alcohol-dependent adolescents, I believe the age was about 17, as compared to those 17-year-olds who were not alcohol users or not dependent, the alcohol-dependent 17-year-olds had smaller hippocampal volume, as it were, which can affect the rest of your life, your ability to learn and remember things.
Another major concern associated with the drinking age is binge drinking, which is defined as excessive drinking in a short period of time. Many people argue that decreasing the drinking age will increase the prevalence of this dangerous action. Here's the opinion from a Penn State student.
I mean, I know a lot of high schoolers, since you can't legally drink, binge drink on Friday nights or Saturday nights, as opposed to, sitting around with a couple beers with your parents or with your friends where it's legal. So I think it can actually serve worse consequences than having a lower drinking age to begin with.
While it is a common belief that binge drinking is more prevalent in the United States because underage young adults choose to drink in excessive amounts, statistics show that this is not the case. The United States has the second lowest binge drinking rate, as shown in this graph. While the general opinion of the professionals interviewed at State College favors the age of 21 as the drinking age, 100 college presidents from schools including Ohio State, Dartmouth, and Duke recently signed a petition to change the drinking age from 21 to 18. Here are the thoughts of one of the presidents leading this movement.
This is a law that is routinely evaded. It is a law that the people at whom it is directed believe is unjust and unfair and discriminatory.
A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we got.
Here's the fact. There will never be a consensus on what people want the drinking age to be, but many facts show that the current drinking age is the best option to minimize destructive drinking habits for the youth of America. While parties are not always alcohol-free, keeping the drinking age at 21 acts as a deterrent, encouraging young adults to drink responsibly or face the consequences. While a little party never killed nobody, a lot of party has. For this reason, the drinking age should stay in place for the safety of all.